Good morning, fitness freaks and geeks and perusers of the internet. Welcome to today's video. I am your host, Christian Turner Lifts. We got to come up with a better name. Okay, so I'm on my way to work and I want to chit chat with you guys a little bit about my workout this morning because it absolutely sucked. And I'm a bit embarrassed to show you the clip just because I feel like a weakling daffodil trying to muster up 435 pounds for 5 reps, which I was only able to do for 2 reps. But I'm going to put it up there anyway because I'm a man of the people and I want to be transparent with you with this whole fitness thing because there's not a facade here, okay? This is real life. Some days are going to suck. So here's the clip. Check it out. This is unfreaking believable. I deleted the footage before I could upload it. I'm such a noob, and I guess I have nothing else to do but show you the 500 pounds for 2 reps, and you're just gonna have to take my word that the 435 or whatever it was just absolute garbage. So watch the 500 for 2 reps and then think to yourself, wow, how is this guy struggling with 435? You tell me.
Yes. Nice, nice. Come on. There you go, there you go. Oh. Keep it full tight. Come on, drive. Dang.
So as you can see, it was a real grind, and I just wasn't able to pull through. And the crazy thing is, last week, 500 pounds for 2 reps looked to be about the same intensity and difficulty. I'll post that video of the 500 pounds for 2 reps. I'm going to make a video with that workout. So we're not going to show it here. Find it if you want at a later date. So, what am I getting at here? Why was it so difficult? You know, and there's going to be people who have not seen my channel that don't know me that probably will be like, dude, drop the weight, blah, 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 or whatever. You know, they just don't get it. They don't know that I've pulled 545 pounds in a competition. They don't know that I've pulled 485 pounds for 3 reps, or what's my max rep PR? 455 for 8 reps. They don't know these things. And fair to them, they just don't know. So 435 for 2 should be lightweight, should be light work. 435 for 5 should be light work. So you're asking, what the heck is going on? Well, I'll tell you what's going on. It's just life in general. Some workouts are going to be better than others. Some days the fatigue is going to be hitting you harder than others. And I think in this particular morning, I'm trying to do this at 5 a.m. My whole family is asleep upstairs, and you just got to be quiet with the deadlifts. You can't get the intensity that I like to bring on a solid deadlift day. I don't have any music going. It's just me, the weights, and pure silence. And a lot of times that's okay, but sometimes it just gets a little hard. It gets a little tough to do. It gets really hard to focus like I should and bring the intensity that I want to be able to achieve success in the deadlift. 2, I've been staying up later than normal because I'm studying for an exam that's going to take me farther in my career. So staying up later, getting up at the same time, or at least trying to, it's kind of hard because I'm pretty tired. Having not my ideal conditions for deadlifting in the morning, I woke up a little late today, so I did some foam rolling, some stretching, some just minor mobility stuff, and then I warmed up with the lighter weights. But, I typically like to go for a walk with a dog and have a little bit more time awake to hydrate, drink the coffee, and just prepare myself for deadlifting or just lifting any heavy weights for that matter. And didn't really have that this morning. And so that's 3 things right there. 3 things that could be factors that contributed to what I will deem a failure because I didn't hit the prescribed number of reps. But that's okay. Do you want to know why? Because I'm going to do this again on Monday. this is Friday that I'm making this. I'm going to post this video the same day. And then I'm going to come back and I'm going to do the exact same workout Monday. And you might be like, Christian, why don't you do it tomorrow or, Sunday? Well, I am leaving out of town with my family this afternoon. I'm not really going to have the opportunity this weekend to go to a gym or find a place to go to be able to do barbell deadlifts. So we're going to drive back on Monday. I'm going to be off work on Monday. I should have ample time to just, be physically and mentally prepared Monday afternoon or Monday evening to be able to repeat this workout and have success. The only change I'm going to have to make is just revamping my schedule as far as which days I'm going to do squat and bench next week. And that's not a big deal because, you take it day by day, week by week. So I guarantee you on Monday, and I'll post it. I will post it. 435 is going to grip and rip. It's going to fly up. And yeah, that's just kind of where we're at. So I don't know. What's your take on 4:30 a.m., 5 a.m. deadlift sessions or just heavy lifting sessions in general? I think at a gym, going to a commercial gym, which I did this for a while whenever I lived out of state. I was working on a construction site, and so I had a gym membership, and I would go before work. And so that was like wake up at 4 a.m., get there at 4:30, 4:45, and do my workout. And it was good. And I've had success with this before. I've had success with this method while raising an 11-month-old. It didn't really work out for me today. Of course, I would prefer to do my workouts, in the middle of the day, before dinner or just after dinner. But instead, I'm doing my workouts at 9:30 p.m. or 10 p.m., at least in the past 2 weeks because I'm studying. Or I'm staying up, till 11 p.m. and trying to get up at 4 a.m. and do the workouts. And I'm trying to do this every single day. I might have a day where I sleep in till 5 or 5:30. I really enjoy those days that I get to snooze. And let me tell you something. Me and my family, me and my wife, we don't sleep in on the weekends. Sleeping in is 5:30 or 6 a.m. That's because my son wakes up, anywhere between 6 and 7. And me personally, I like to have time in the morning before waking up and going to his crib and getting him and starting my day. I like to have my quiet time in the morning, my personal time, maybe walk the dog, hydrate a little bit, drink some coffee, read my Bible, and just kind of prepare, cook breakfast. And I don't like to just jam it all in there with the whole family awake. So I still wake up early on the weekends. I don't like sleeping in anymore these days. Since I've become a parent, I realize how valuable time is. So I get as much done in the day as possible. In fact, me and my wife, we're just kind of baffled sometimes. It's 9 a.m. will come around. We vacuumed the house. We've started 2 loads of laundry, folded 1, cleaned up the kitchen, cooked breakfast, cleaned up breakfast, had Bible study, hung out with the kid and had him back down for his first nap of the day. And we're like, dude, it's 9:30. We've been so productive. What do you want to do next? Oh, let's go pull weeds from the garden or mow the grass. And then, that's a Saturday morning for us. And then come lunchtime, we're like, well, we've got the rest of the day free to do whatever we want. So time has been an interesting concept since I've had a kid. And with that, I've pulled up to the office. I'm going to go to work for the day. But it was a nice little chit chat. I'm excited to hear you guys' thoughts on any of this. Feel free to drop a comment. If you're new, thank you for stopping by. I am backing up. Boom. And that's it. See you next time.